Guys, there's this major trend going on YouTube, and it's called smash up the likes. So in the name of trends, in the name of being a bimbo bandwagon rider, let's smash up the likes. Let's get at least 39 likes, hashtag 39 days. Let's get 39 likes, boost those likes up, get my clout up. Yeah, I just really need it. I really need that shit. I need my fucking channel to grow so I can milk some money off you fuckers. Anyways, can you be an unattractive extrovert? Is that possible? Can you be this social butterfly, a very friendly person, but when you're around a woman, she goes completely dry down there? You don't arouse her at all, you don't trigger any sexual tension. It's just like, oh, it's Billy. Oh, it's Trevor, the really friendly guy. Is that possible? Because for the longest time, I thought that by becoming more extroverted, by becoming more social, you inherently will become more attractive. And I feel like to a degree that holds true. Your ability to go and talk to strangers shows a lot out of yourself. It shows that you really value yourself, you believe in yourself to be vulnerable and to put yourself out there and be willing to be blown out by people. It means you really trust yourself. So inherently, there is value in those actions by the person who's able to just talk to people. But that alone isn't gonna make a woman's pants wet. It's not gonna make you extremely attractive and be the sex-worthy guy. That's really what it comes down to, is being extroverted equal to a sex-worthy person? That's really the question that we were asking ourselves, Gaz and I. And I think it's really interesting. Really think about that. For the longest time, I was really introverted. And the guys around me in school, I was like, dude, these guys are so social. They're very outgoing. That must be why, they're getting laid. They're just very carefree. And to a degree, that's true. To a degree, there is attraction and there is something of value in a person who's able to just be social and have the traits of a quote-unquote leader. However, does that make you sex-worthy? And so far through game and through all these experiences, I've come to an interesting conclusion, so far at least, and it's that no. Just because you're extroverted, just because you're incredibly outgoing, doesn't necessarily mean you're the sex-worthy guy. Just because you're really friendly doesn't mean that you fall into that category. And I just want to start this off with a little story. Whenever I'd go to hang out with Gaz, we'd head over to his college campus, and we hung out with this one guy. We're just gonna call him Billy. And Billy is a really, really fun social guy. He's always got this big, beautiful smile on his face. He's fun to hang out with, and he's laid back. He's a bit of a goof. He's just a very friendly person, and so he brings a lot of positive energy to the table. However, this guy was never able to get sexual with girls. Whenever I would see him talking to girls and actually hear the conversations, it just felt like two girls talking to each other. There was no man-to-woman premise or dynamic. It wasn't really personal. It was just like random shit. And although that's cool if that's what he wants to do, and all conversations are fun, you can make them fun no matter what they're about. But when we're talking on this subject, he's someone who is extremely outgoing. And he's just a very fun person, right? But he didn't have those traits that made him sex-worthy. He wasn't exhibiting the right behaviors to get on the radar of those women. He was just, playing it safe, being this really friendly guy. But even if you are outgoing, even if you're a blabbermouth, doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna get laid. There are traits. There are traits that will help you big time. Now, are extroverted people more likely to get laid than someone who is quote-unquote introverted? Yes, because they're putting themselves out there. And if we take into consideration that the introvert is just your classic guy who stays home all the time and doesn't even interact with anybody, then absolutely the extrovert definitely has an edge. He's available, he's putting himself out there, and you never know, there might be a girl who will just be like, you know what, he's pretty cute, fuck it, I'm gonna just see where this goes, and she might make a move, who knows, which is extremely rare. And if that does happen, be cautious. Having extroverted tendencies is beautiful because once you start learning game, you already have your foot through the door to now implement them. With Billy, the problem that he had was that he was up talking so much. He was not polarizing in his conversations. He didn't have that laser eye contact. You couldn't feel that masculine core when you'd be talking to him. It felt like you were talking to a boy. And it's interesting, like, you can be an introvert, but you can get better with girls faster than an extrovert. And there's a little bit of things to consider here, is that you don't have the hard wiring that the extrovert has. The extrovert might have been practicing so much up-talking, so much safe conversations, so many tendencies that are shooting themselves in the foot when it comes to dating, seduction, attraction. And so these things are hardwired in their brains, and it's going to take a long time to learn the proper skill set, because first you have to rewire your brain. You have to kind of destroy those neural pathways and become self-aware of them, which in and of itself is not so easy. And once that is done, now you have to start implementing the new and be consistent and do that. As an introvert, you kind of just have this blank slate of like, I'm awkward. And that's something you work through. But I think it's unfair to just be like, yeah, the extrovert always has the upper hand. There are faults to each side. There are pros and cons to each side. And that is why I wanted to make this video, because it's something that, isn't really commonly talked about. And I think it's worth discussing. I think it's worth thinking about, worth digesting into just a wee bit. With Billy, he had this issue where he was up talking a shit ton. Okay, quick lesson on that. Right now, I'm pretty much neutral, if not down talking. So up talking, it has a swing at the end. It has a little bit of a swing. So in conversation, let's say I wanted to make a suggestion to go get food. I'm like, guys, let's go get food? Food? Although it is a declaration, although I'm saying, hey, I'm telling you guys this is what we should do, it sounds like I'm asking you guys a question, even though the sentence isn't a question. Right? Whereas, hey guys, let's go get food. Or, yo, let's go get food right now. Let's get food. 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 So that is really the big difference with tonality. Now, why does that matter? This is really ancient by now, this in the pickup culture. But tonality is huge, because when you curl up, you're doing something called seeking rapport. And what that means is you're seeking relatability, you're seeking connection. It is this subcommunication of neediness. You're needing connection. I need to relate with you. I need to connect with you because I'm scared of not having that connection. I'm afraid of not having that connection. I'm afraid of you rejecting me. That's essentially the communication that's being passed, because if I keep up talking, that is what's being said to you. Why does this guy want to connect with me so badly? Does this guy not have friends? Is this guy not trusting himself? Does he think he's not worthy? Right? These are the things that are brought up in the subconscious mind, especially more so with people who are more socially savvy, who've had more reference experiences, aka those really, really attractive girls who go clubbing. They're fucking just pounded in social scenarios, okay? So those, you're really, really worsening your odds in those dynamics. So that's the premise behind it. Neutral talking is how I'm talking to you right now. It's how I talk to my family. I'm at a point now where I'm either neutral talking or I'm down talking. Sometimes both happen subconsciously. Sometimes I'm conscious of it. Sometimes I'm conscious of it to remind myself the technique because it's important. So if I'm going into an interaction and I want to be bold and get people's attention, and I know that maybe the environment requires it, or just knowing that it's a better way to start off the interaction, I will down talk. I'll be like, hey, yo, excuse me, very random. The way that you dress today, it's quite unique. It caught my eye. I was like, I'm gonna come talk to you, but I kind of have this fear that like you're all looks and no personality. So I don't know. I mean, tell me about yourself. If you compare that to someone who up talks, what's up? Hey, how's it going? Wow, no way. Really? Oh, that wow. Right? I'm overreacting. I'm just slanting up. It just gives off this vibe that I'm insecure, and that I don't have that emotional solidity, that like you can't impress me so easily. You're not that hot shit. I have authority over myself. You know, just because you just came back, or just because it's your birthday, doesn't mean I'm gonna shit my pants for you. Be like, hey, yo, that's fucking epic. High five. Bring it up here. It's not gonna be like, oh my god. Right? So anyways, that aside, the main point why I brought that up, that example with down talking and up talking, is that I've seen extroverts who are giving off these behaviors that are very unattractive. And it's just not going to help you. It's not going to make you more efficient with your results with women. And so I wanted to put this out there for you guys to understand that don't fall in this idea that, oh, you know, if I just talk to lots and lots and lots of people, I'll get better at game. I strongly believe becoming more social is amazing, and it's something everyone should experience, regardless of your personality type. I'm a natural introvert. However, I continuously push myself to be more social because it indirectly helps my game. But you have to actually focus on game. You have to focus on these concepts of tonality, of, you know, being man to woman, push, pull, leading, persistence, staying committed in the set, dealing with shit tests. Just because you're a friendly guy doesn't mean you're gonna get good at those by just having the same fucking good old how's the weather conversation with people over and over and over and over. You know, you could take the guy who's an introvert, and if he just goes out once a week and strictly focuses on game instead of talking to everybody, his game will improve. He may not have the highest social status in the environment, he may not get awesome networking opportunities, but he'll honestly be a little bit better with girls than the guy who's just doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over. So I'm intrigued to hear about what you guys think. This is a pretty cool subject to talk about. I love game. I love talking about social dynamics. I think it's beautiful. So tell me what you guys think below. If you're intrigued by these like concepts, let me know. I'd love to do little tutorial videos, little exercises you guys could do at home to improve your tonality, to improve your vocal projection, to make you sound more clear and concise when you're speaking. That way you can actually be heard, you can captivate attention, you can walk around the world like a player and not a little pawn piece on a chessboard.
It was one man's vision.